First of all, thank you for being here. It was very interesting. I have 3 parts of the interview. The first is questions from the community, and then it's the fun part. So questions...
So you're saying the community is not fun? Sorry.
You will see.
It's been a long day.
So, what keeps you motivated and energized to continue looking for tools, libraries, new techniques, and etc.?
What keeps me energized for looking for what, sorry?
Motivated to continue searching for new things, new techniques.
You're assuming I'm motivated. A lot of it is just, I get bored easy. I look for new things all the time that are fun, but it's also balanced with, there's a lot of really cool stuff out there, and I really try hard to not pay attention to things that look shiny for a minute, because you don't know how long they're gonna stay shiny. So I tend to look to see what interests me and what works for real solutions, which is why this topic popped up for me after 5 years almost in serverless being out there. I wasn't that interested until basically about 6 months ago.
Okay. Do you have a favorite music that you are listening to while coding? The real question is if you have a favorite band, but I make it music. So
I have a couple, but I work anymore. Hello. There we go. Barry White. So I honestly, when I'm coding, I don't actually listen to music that much.
Really?
This is
okay.
I put movies on in the background. So I will put like Lord of the Rings or things I've seen like 400,000 times on in the background that I don't actually have to watch. So I can code and I kind of hear the music and the theme behind me. But when I go to conferences, I actually listen to show tunes before I go on. So my family's really into The Greatest Showman lately. Have you seen that movie? The music's awesome. So before I go talk on stage, I usually put my AirPods in and listen to something from one of those and try it out.
How do you manage to get balance between personal life and business-related stuff?
Dear. How do I manage?
Or if you manage, do you manage?
Not well, I don't, but to be honest, I try my best. Like this week is great. Katerina, a good friend, was able to help me figure out where to be here in Greece and recommend hotels and places. I try to combine business with pleasure a lot. So my family, I paid for my family to come over here, work for me to be here, tried to figure out some work days, some play days, do what I can, because at the end of the day, nobody, at least I hope nobody's going to say the last minute before they die, damn, I wish I could debug that last function. You know? You're going to miss seeing your son catch his first ball, or your daughter in her first play, or all these things are so precious. So it's just, for me, it's making sure, I got this years ago. You can only do 3 things in your life, and you got to pick. For me, and a lot of people, it's faith. For me, my faith's big. My family is big, and work. And you look at that and you go, okay, if you spend time on those 3 things, what else do you really have time for? And if you let one of those things monopolize the other, one of those other ones suffers. So for me, I try to remember that every time there's something cool I want to play with that comes out on Twitter, like Gatsby. I have not played a lot with Gatsby, but I want to. I like it. But you know what? It comes down to, hey, my son wants to play video games with me. So that's how I do it.
Did you ever have a mentor?
I've had many mentors, and I actually feel it's a good thing for people to do. First of all, if you ever get a mentor, and I highly recommend you do, no matter who they are, men, women, old, young, same job or not, remember that there is no mentor school. So mentors will screw up. Mentors will give you advice that doesn't work for you. Mentors aren't perfect. The way I have mentored me is they're giving me their experience, and I have to take that and filter it and figure out, does that work for me? And it's the same way I try to give it to other people too.
I will add the question here. Will you be a mentor to someone?
Would I be a mentor to someone? I am mentoring many people right now.
Okay.
I would be happy to mentor someone. I'll tell you my rule for mentoring is, I get asked to mentoring a lot. This is the wrong way to ask somebody to mentor you. Hi, will you be my mentor? Okay, what would you like? A better way, I ask people to schedule some time, tell me what you want to accomplish, tell me what your problems are, and let's work on it. And usually 1 out of 100 of those actually emails me back. For whatever reason, and I kind of look at that as people aren't very serious. You should know what you want to be mentored on.
I have a more spicy one. I say. Would you leave a
Gotcha.
Would you leave a company if they refuse to migrate from Angular JS to Angular 7?
Are any of those companies sponsoring tonight? Do I have to be honest?
Yes.
I don't think that alone would make me leave, but usually that kind of a thing, like if the reasons were there and some kind of time frame and what they're doing, whether it was Angular, React, Vue, whatever, you want to keep up. One of the reasons I actually left Disney because we were working on Node 0, and Angular JS, and it was like years. It was great when it was out, but I was like, hey, can we think about moving into the new? And they had a plan, and I would have stayed there, honestly, if this great job. So yes, I probably would stay.
Okay. What's the best age to start teaching your children coding?
If any of you want to teach my children coding, right now they're available. They're all looking for mentors. My daughter is really interested in it. Katerina, you met her last year. Madeline, she has decided to go to university for learning code. So the only base they have is I've taught kids in school and my daughter. And I've taught kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade high school for kids. Seems to me most of the kids that I work with, they don't get too serious about it until like 5th grade-ish. And then most of them, you know, either like a lot of them got interested then, but a lot of them decided not to do it stuff later. So I think for me, around that age is good because you want them to be able to read. That's kind of important, write code. They have to understand, well, I don't really understand what I write, but you know. So I think that age is good to start, but I also don't push with kids, right? The best way to tell a kid not to do something is to tell them to do it. So definitely, if you're ever teaching a kid, just put it in front of them and be around if they have questions. It's the best way to teach them.
I have a question that was from 4 or 5 different people, the same question. So I have to ask you, what's the future of web? Or how do you think will evolve? And what about the future of front-end specific development? You have to be a mentor right now.
Here we go.
Yes. I don't have a glow, but...
I'm assuming most of you are front-end developers from Vue, Angular, React, right? Okay. I imagine many of you have heard from somebody else, probably not in this room, of, well, front-end development isn't development. You're not a real programmer. You can't possibly know what you're doing. I hear this a lot, oddly, from people, and I don't know why it's there, but it is. To me, front-end development has done nothing but grow over the last 5 to 10 years. I don't see this as going away, at least in the next 5 to 10. Who knows what will come down the road? But to me, the real frontier is front-end development still. We're at the golden age of it right now. 5 years ago, all you heard was JavaScript flavor of the week. And it was true. It really was. Every week there was something new coming out. And even if we liked it, we were still like, oh my God, you kidding me? I just learned Ember. Now you're telling me I gotta learn Knockout? It's like new things. Remember Batman? CanJS? Any of these things? Oh my gosh, Cycle? That was hot last year. Is it still hot? Did I miss the boat? Okay. They're all out there. But to me, the future is still in front end. It may not be JavaScript forever. Languages change. But I do think the web browser is the future.
And the second spicy one. Angular, React, or Vue? And how can you persuade your colleagues to choose the right one?
How can you pressure your colleagues?
Persuade. Let's
Remember, I'm Sicilian. Alley, knife, crowbar. There's lots of ways.
Okay.
I hear water torture works. Angular, React, and Vue. I actually showed apps in all three of these, and I like something different about each. The short answer is pick which one works and feels best for you. I mean, really. You're going to be able to build a great app in any of the three. I feel the same way. I've built apps in all of them. They all work. And anybody who says, well, this one's faster, this one's better, this one's stronger, what they're doing is they're trying to make themselves feel like the choice they made was good. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do any one of you really want to go home and feel like, I've made a horrible career decision? I mean, don't blame anybody for saying, I like React, I like Angular. It's okay. They're the Ember people, sorry. Yes, you're here too. So it's not bad. They all work. If I pick today, my personal favorite right now, sorry, Katerina, it's Vue. But that's right now. It's because I've done Angular for 8 years, and there's not a thing I haven't done with it yet. I feel like I've hit all those roads, everything's worked, it's great. I still love it. Love the Google team. They're probably the best team I've ever worked with. But I'm enjoying things in a different way. I tried React. I like it. I don't love it. So that's an honest answer.
I will take it, okay. So part 2, you mustn't think about. So just answer. Are you ready? Introvert or extrovert? Extrovert. Don't think.
I don't know.
Don't think. Just answer.
I'm going to say introvert because if I'm in a crowd, I'm not the kind of person to walk up to anybody and say hi or do anything.
Okay. In the next ones, you don't have to say why. Just say the word.
Okay.
Yes. Home or travel?
Purple. Wait, I didn't hear you. What?
Home or travel? Home or travel?
Home.
Morning or night?
Morning.
Peek into the future or change something in the past?
Neither.
Front-end or back-end?
Front.
Playmobil or Lego?
Lego.
Rolling Stones or Beatles?
Neither. Rolling Stones.
Marvel or DC? Star Wars or
But that's cheating. Disney and Marvel.
Star Wars or GOT?
Star Wars.
Okay.
They really ended badly with GOT. Sorry.
So, if you could be an animal in the world, what animal will you be and why?
A human.
Name your favorite thing right now.
My favorite thing right now.
Right now. This moment.
Without thinking, my daughters.
Okay. Name one place of the planet that you definitely want to visit.
That I haven't been to or I have been to?
You haven't.
Haven't. I would say the South Islands of New Zealand.
Name a job title that doesn't exist but could be your dream job. That doesn't exist.
A job that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Let me ask, wait a minute now. Are these really from the community or did you sit down? There was a bottle of...
These questions are from me.
If I could have a dream job...
That doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. I would be the professional player with my children. I just want to play with them all day.
Okay. What is the most random thing you've ever watched on Netflix?
I.O. It's awful. Awful. Oh my God.
What's the last song you were secretly singing and never know why the heck you were singing it?
Pass.
And the last question. What's your superhero name?
What's my superhero name? I would have one.
What?
I wouldn't have one.
Why?
Not my style.
So maybe maybe the community will say, what's his superhero name? Captain. Okay. Thank you for this.
Hey, no worries. Thanks for having me. You were fun. Give it up for the great questions.